What up, peeps? Haven't been live in a little while. Figure I probably should go live every now and then. See if anybody's... I know Knuckles goes at 12, so I don't mean to cut into your stuff there, but it is what it is. See if anybody is around today. Hope y'all are enjoying yourself. Having a good day so far. Cody, what up? Andre, what's going on, brother? Rex, what's up, my brother? How are you, man? I gotta adjust the comments here. Hold on a second. Chat filters. No. None. Hide all chat messages. No. I want all messages. There we are. Sleepy? Yeah, it's late, dude. Late for you, man. Hope everything's going good over there. We got more storms coming. Joseph, what up? How you be, my brother? How's all the fabulous YouTube people out there? 11:30 p.m. Damn, you're 12 hours ahead. I could never remember with you guys over there. I think the UK is 6 hours ahead of us. Andre's 12 hours. Still up. Shooting a little 85 millimeter today. I think it's 85 at least. Shoot some clay. Currently shooting very high. Need to adjust, but that's okay. I don't even know what bands these are. They were laying on my toolbox, so I chucked them on there. I think they might be maybe BSB. Getting a feel for this little slingshot here. Yo, Knuckles, what's up? I know you go live at noon every day, man. This is the only time I had to pop on here for a minute. Figured I'd get a couple shots in. Been super busy doing things besides slingshots lately, so finally getting caught up with all the personal crap in my life. So we are getting back on track to slinging again. I don't have any of my normal frames out here. So bear with me while I try and get these things sighted in a little bit. Have to gap shoot maybe. Just stop quick and say hi. Gotta do a seminar over lunch. What's up, Philip? How are you, brother? Everything good? Hope life is treating you well. I was thinking about changing my anchor to shoot this little guy, but I think I'm just going to drop my aiming point down a touch. See if that helps at all. Kind of winging it out to the sides a little bit. Typical amped up coffee. Seen your video, well, I haven't watched it yet, but I saw the thumbnail for the airplane takedown with a slingshot there, Philip. And I am just popping this thing up high, left and right. Got to bring it down. I will get excited one of these days. Got some coffee in you? Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. I'm kind of hopped up a little bit. I'm actually a little excited. I did my taxes today. I pushed it to the limit. You know, they're due next week or whatever. But I thought that I was going to have a pretty crappy year, just because we had some financial shit going on. And it actually worked out good. I'm getting a return, which is shocking. What's up, Dale? How are you, man? So I'm excited about that. Things I'm not too excited about is, man, I am popping this thing high. I got to figure that out. If I'm releasing it crappy or what, speed bumping or some shit. I've been shooting steel. When I have been shooting, I've been shooting steel lately, not clay, so there's a little bit difference in that too. That one looks good. Yeah, so I can't remember. It's been like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks since I've done a live. It feels like at least, but was at parked at a store, and my wife was actually, and then somebody had scraped the side of our car and ran away or drove away, and I didn't realize it. And thankfully, there was a witness, and the witness got both license plates, my wife's and the person who scraped the car. And so the police came knocking on my door, and they're like, yeah. I opened my garage, and they're like, we're looking for this car here. And I'm like, oh, God, what happened, you know? And they're like, yeah, we got a report that somebody scratched it or hit it or something. And we looked at the car, and sure enough, they got both the doors on the passenger side. Part of the door handle, scrapes and dents. So that's interesting. It turns out it was a 17-year-old kid. First accident, freaked out, drove away. The cop's like, "Do you want to file a report?" And I said, "No, not if they want. If they're willing to play ball, then you know whatever. I will. We'll just work it out." So they texted me, and I texted them. Now I'm talking to her mom, and we'll see if it works out or not. But I got an estimate today. They're going to be emailing me the estimate over here pretty soon. And then I get to find out what we're going to do next. But I've been in that situation. Yeah, I got the Simple Shot hat on today, man. I have a couple of those. I periodically wear them. I like Simple Shot a lot, too. What's up, Joseph? How are you, brother? How's everything treating you? So, yeah, I don't know. Good news, bad news. We'll see. All right, I'm going to switch over. I'm going to switch to something else. I'll show you what that frame's all about here in a minute. I'm going to switch over to this guy just because I had it banded up. So let's see what I can hit with this thing, if anything. Supposed to have a big storm rolling through this afternoon. We're a level 3 threat of tornadoes. That should be fun. See how that goes. I always forget how tight these bands are until I shoot them. Am I locked up? There. Are we back? Somebody tried calling me. I don't know what that was all about. Hopefully we're back. Yeah, we've been getting a fair amount of rain. Last Sunday, the day was like perfect out, man. So I did a ton of shooting that day. I haven't been live since the Midwest Spring Sling. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. We're back? Good. Damn, I got 2 vapes on me. That's not good. I'm going the wrong way. I'm supposed to only have 1. Why do I have 2? So Midwest Spring Sling went off without a hitch, in my opinion. Everything rolled slow. It was really, really slow. It was trying at times because of that. But overall, being a first-time tournament from the ground up, it went off smooth as butter. I wouldn't change anything as far as what's up, Mr. Z? How you be, brother? I wouldn't change anything on how each event ran, really, but I would try to figure out how to make it go a little bit faster. A few things, you every time you go to a tournament, you learn things about yourself. I can tell you that. Um, for me, this is my 3rd tournament that I've been to, and I talked to more people this time than I have in the past. My social skills, other than behind the camera, are not the greatest. So I have a hard time. You'll be walking past somebody, and sometimes people will, oh, Smo's live too. I forgot he's been doing the lunch break stuff. Well, you guys can bounce back and forth if you want, or just watch him. But I'll be shooting too because I want to shoot. But the tournament went great. It really did. One thing I can tell you is my distance shooting sucked. Live, or not live, but in front of people, it really sucked. You can call it whatever you want. Excuses. My shooting. Oh, look, there's a squirrel. Let's see if we can scare him a little bit. There he goes. I got only 1 hit, man, out of 10 shots. I hit once. That's horrible. The people who got zeros just didn't participate. So if they would have participated, I probably would have came in dead last. It's okay though. You have to learn about yourself each time you go to a tournament. You got to figure out what you need to practice, how you need to do. I'm glad you're good, man, Mr. Z. You got to figure out all sorts of stuff, man. For me, I can tell you that I'm gonna go next year 100%, no matter what, as long as it's happening, which it sounds like it's gonna. But next year I'm gonna do 2 days. I'm not gonna do it in one. I was super tired, which will affect you, man. You need to, if you're gonna go to a tournament and expect yourself to perform, you should try your best to be rested up enough. Some people drove for hours and hours and hours. I didn't. Mine was only 3.5 hours, and it was a super smooth, easy drive. But I started my day at the butt crack of dawn, and by the time I shot distance, it was almost 10 o'clock at night because everything was just running really slow. At that point, I was almost ready to throw in a towel and not even do it because I was just like pooped. But I shot it, and I missed a lot of it. I missed 9 shots out of 10. I did make 1 connect, so thank God it wasn't a goose egg. The woods course was fabulous. Loved it. I scored exactly where I thought I was going to score on the woods course. I can tell you another thing I learned from there. See, each event you got to figure out. You can't just go there and not expand your knowledge, right? So for me, I learned that shooting in your backyard, right, is awesome. You definitely need to do that in order to get your reps down, get your aiming down, get your stance down, all that kind of stuff. But and when environment changes, it will definitely show you where you kind of maybe lack. For me, the woods course, the first like 3 shots, right, completely whiffed. Hello there, Beard, to you too. I missed the first three like pretty bad, dude. You get three shots at each target. They should have been like slam dunks, you know, because they're kind of breaking the end of the course. But it almost felt like a little bit of a gimme kind of shot. That's not how I approached it. I approached it as a serious shot. Wind was minor that day. We didn't have a whole lot to fight with. A little bit of windage, a little bit of stopping for wind, but it wasn't horrible. It was the conditions were good. This was like middle of the afternoon, probably at least it felt like maybe 2, 3 o'clock, something like that. So sun was coming down, temperatures were fabulous, wind minor. But what I noticed is that I'm used to the depths that I shoot here, and I kind of have them marked out in my brain. Like this is 15 meters, 20 meters, 10. And when you're out in the middle, the first three shots were kind of like out in the middle of a field. Like I said, it was like more of like a woods adjacent course. So, and it was super badass. I really enjoyed it. That was probably my favorite thing to do there. But you start off and you're kind of in the middle of a field. And the first one was a target, I want to say maybe like a squirrel-ish size. And it was maybe a foot off the ground, if I remember right, kind of sitting on a peg or something. I believe it was yellow. And the distance, they give you a sheet, right? So your scorekeeper has this sheet, and it tells you, what's up, MD? Didn't see you sneak in here. It tells you the distance. So you have a reference. You don't have to go into it blindfolded. They tell you how far out each target is. But looking at it from the field, right? To me, that target looked like it was super, super close. It was actually pushed back out a little farther. So that's something I need to work on as myself. I need to figure out how to gauge depth better for my own eyes. Second thing is I couldn't see my shot that good as far as like the ball. So I need to concentrate more on, I just need to get better overall for one, if I'm ever going to place anywhere higher than in the 20s. So far I've placed 2 tournaments in the 20s and 1 in the 30s, I believe. So overall I'm not upset about where I'm placing, but I know I can do better. I definitely know I can do better. So I took that into account. And I'm like, damn, that target was farther out than I had thought, even though I knew it in my brain. Like, the scorekeeper told us, he's like, all right, this one's 53 feet or whatever it is. But it's still, I was just having a real hard time kind of zoning in and figuring out these distances and how high and low to gauge. So that's something that I will take with me and practice, and also take it to the next tournament and try to gauge a little bit better. Knockdowns were fabulous. Yeah, 20s is cool, man. I think I finished 23rd overall. The overall amount of people that were set up for pro, I believe, was in the 40s. So I was in like the 50% range, right? I was like middle of the pack, which is kind of where I had thought. I was trying for 25 or less. I hit that goal, but I really would like to get down in like 15 or less next time. Top 10s would be freaking phenomenal. I feel like I can do it. I really do. I feel like I have it in me. I feel like I can shoot good enough to do that. But like I said, you got to learn. If you only get to, like, some of these dudes are able, their schedules are able to fit, let's say 5, 6, tournaments or gatherings per year, and they're able to do that a little bit more. Or some of us are only maybe 1 tournament, 2. So you have to kind of gather as much information as you can at these places and analyze yourself on how you're shooting to get better. So Woods course, I was okay with. I nailed some pretty badass shots. They had these birds that were, I never walked up and looked at them, but to me, from looking at them farther out, maybe they were like that big, and then they had wings coming out on either side that would feather out. So your center mass was a little bit smaller. I smacked both of those on the course. So I was happy about that. I missed the super duper long shots. There was 2 of them that were pretty stinking far out, man, which was so badass. I love those shots too, and one I came damn close, right? So the first one, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was far. It was far out there, man. And I was shooting with Slingberger. He was in our crew, and he smacked that thing dead nuts, man. First shot, just like pow, man, just exploded with excitement, dude. It was so cool to see somebody just nailing them targets. That one I completely whiffed all 3 shots. Don't know where they went. Couldn't even tell you. But we made it through, you know, 5 more, let's say, something like that. And then you go along another one, you're on like the back. There's like 5 more at the very back. And then this one was kind of leading into that little area. And this was a pretty big target. Maybe, I think it was a deer. I don't know the size because it's way the hell out there, but it was a deer shape. So you're shooting at a deer silhouette, and it was way the hell out, man. And I'm like, all right, this time I'm just gonna crank this thing high, because you also can, if you're going last or middle of the pack, you can watch other people's shots, right? And so I see the other Becky, her name is. She was shooting short draw, and hers kept dropping. I'm like, all right, so I know that I'm gonna have to push this thing out pretty far. And first 2 shots, because you get 3 on each one. First 2, I didn't hit nothing, right? It went somewhere out that way. But the third one, I'm like, all right, I'm going high, right? I'm going to go super high. So I brought my aiming point way the hell up, and I saw the shot that time, and it went probably an inch or 2 above the top of the target, and it just smacked the tree. I'm like, son of a bitch, man. That would have been one hell of a shot, man, for me. You know, there's always people that are better than you, but for me, I would have been happy as hell to hit that target way the hell out there like that. Speed shoot was super cool. They did it a little bit different at this tournament here. It was a 8-inch circle plate. Okay, so you had to, it wasn't like at ECST in previous years, you had a target, and the closer you got to the center, the closer to the bullseye, the points were more. You still had 10 shots, but if you smack that bullseye with all 10 shots or right next to it, you're going to get a way higher score than somebody's placing on the outer ring. At the Spring Sling, it was an 8-inch steel plate, and you're at the 25 yards, and you got 10 shots. Each shot was 6 points, I believe. Or no, 1 point. Each one was 1 point for this particular one. I think they were kind of hammering out the details a little bit as we went. And all you had to do was hit it. So the distance, or wait, I'm getting confused. God damn it! Sorry, brain is fried. I was talking about speed. So the speed shot, you're up there. You just hit it as many times as you can within a minute, right? But it is a steel plate. It's not canned targets at this particular event. So Trapper DeeeZ and Andy Lowe, Jordan, Linder, Graydon, I think, was popping up. I mean, they were just pounding this thing, man, just hammering it. That was cool. You didn't have the targets to go down on the line, but you know what? It is what it is. You got to adapt sometimes, right? So I went up there, and on the speed shoot, I got 11 in a minute. One thing that I did that screwed me up for at least one shot, I missed a few, but I could have got probably 1 or 2 more. I had a bunch of ammo palmed, right? And I'm popping, you know, off as much rounds as I can. And I'm dropping a couple here and there. You know, eventually you run out of ammo, right? So I have a pouch that I carry at the tournaments on the side. But when I'm shooting in the backyard for a good portion of the year, I stick my ammo in my pocket, right? What's up, Uncle Larry? So I ran out of ammo. And I'm like, I know my time's almost out. So I instead of reaching in my damn pouch, I dig in my pocket, and I'm digging all around like there's nothing there. So then I had to pull out, and I grabbed some out of my pouch, and I'm like, God damn it, that cost me at least 1 or 2 chances to hit the target. So that was on me. Either way, so speed shoot did okay. I did all right there. I got more than 10. I was hoping for 10, and I got 11. So pretty decent there. Knockdowns, they went smooth as can be, man. You did all 4 of your shots, all 4 of your rounds in a row. So you go up to the thing, you have a judge behind you, you show them, you know, your 5 shots, they agree to it or whatever. They have the scorecard, and then, you know, they start the timer, you take your 5 shots, the scorekeeper writes down your thing. Once everybody is completed, you step down one lane, then you do your next round. That was fabulous. That's the way I hope ECST does it. ECST did it a little bit different the past 2 years. This way from the Spring Sling, I hope they take that with them and take it to the ECST tournament. Because that was smooth, man. That was really, really smooth. cool part is when you're done shooting, or the next round up or whatever, you have to be a judge too. So you don't have to have like a bunch of staff or volunteers. Everybody judges, everybody shoots. So I think that worked fabulous, man. I don't know. Cool stuff. I am not killing any squirrels, Chris, but I will shoot at one if it comes out here. So yeah, I don't know. Tournament went off without a hitch, man. Super glad I went. Super fun time. But yeah, that too. So things that I took back home is practice. I've noticed a few things. You know, if you watch the guys who are hitting these top scores, if you be aware of what they're doing, right? See, one thing that when I started shooting, I never really dove into. I never thought it would even take me down this road, man. To be honest, it never occurred to me that I would be competing in a tournament. Period. I thought that I was just going to be plinking in the backyard. The idea of a tournament was not even a thing. I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. Who does that? You know, all these pros or whatnot. Then I started seeing, well, these are just regular dudes that go there and shoot. It's not like, you know, you don't have to be an athlete, but you know, you can always go there and have fun. But if you're gonna win, you need to be good, you know. And so now, after going to a couple of them, placing in middle of the pack, we'll say, I start to rethink things a little bit. And I'm watching these dudes shoot that are hitting, you know, really well and consistently and winning these tournaments or coming at least high placing in the tournaments. And the things that they do different than I do is like their form and stuff. Their form is really, really good. Dude, right, Joseph? I'm telling you, man, it's just gone so much farther than I ever thought it would. So I got to thinking, if I know I can shoot. You know, I can pull off some, you know, I've hit pieces of clay, small stuff, you know, from distances. The shooting part is there. Like my brain, my eyes, my connection, everything, it works. But how do you get it to be? How do you get your averages of like shot hits to come up? So now maybe go back in and rethink things a little bit. You know, is my pouch release as good as I thought it was? Is my stance as good as I thought it was? You know, what am I pushing, pulling? Am I twisting? You know, like all these things start to go through your mind again after you watch some of the dudes who are shooting really, really well, and it kind of makes you rethink things. What's up, average squatch? That is you, Leon, right? I thought your name was something else. Isn't it? No, he's Squatch Shot. So that's not Leon. I'm sorry, dude. You got to remember, partially handicapped here. Years of brain damage is catching up to me. Average Squatch is not Leon. Squatch Shot is Leon. All right, let's see if we can get that to compute one of these days. Chuck and Steel, you mofo. What's up, brother? It's been about a month since I talked to you, man. Wanted to shoot you a message. I keep thinking about it. I just never do it. Parsley. My man, Chuck and Steel. What's up, brother? You are dearly missed, in my opinion. I wish that you were still on here, man. It's cool to see that little symbol come across my screen here, man. The old Chuck and Steel symbol. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, those dudes shoot a lot. I can't do that. I mean, I could if I had the time, but they have the time, and that's cool for them. It really is. For me to dedicate 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the afternoon to shoot on a live stream is just not obtainable right now. I can shoot in the morning before work about an hour, And then if I get home and I don't have, you know, kids and everything else to deal with, maybe an hour at night. So 2 hours per day is my best case scenario. And then Sundays, if I don't have plans, I can get a couple hours of shooting in. But you don't need all that to be good either. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're back. Sorry, phone call. No, I get it, Cody. I totally get it. That is, they are definitely putting into practice. And I would too if I had the time. I honestly don't. I cannot dedicate that much time, dude. And I think a lot of us can't. So, good for them. It's. I don't want to put out the wrong thing. I'm not being negative about it. I think that's badass that they're able to do that. Their schedules must line up good because I know Josh has got a bunch of rugrats, so he's got kids floating all around and taking them to whatever. But you know he is able with his work schedule. He must be able to get it in, man. And I'm pretty sure Andy is very flexible with his schedule, so that's cool. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing good, man. That would be pretty interesting to see you come back, Chuckin. I don't know how the crowds would take it, but I know there'd be a lot of happy people, that's for sure. Maybe a few of the ones you think wouldn't be happy would be happy too. But I think even if you have a minimal practice time, as long as your practice is focused, um, I think you could do it. I think you could pull off a win or at least top 10. If the times that you are shooting, you're dedicating to improving and maintaining good form. Today I am shooting like a fat hairy nutsack, and I'm okay with that. But like I said, I'm all freaking jacked up, and I'm not shooting my normal setup. I actually switched a little bit after the tournament. I dropped down back down to point 0.4. Um, take it out. Take it easy, Joseph. All right, Knuckles. Good luck with your live, man. I hope you have a good one. Chuckin is a stand-up guy, man. I don't care what was said in the past, and I'm not going to bring any of it up because what happened in the past happened in the past. But to me, Chuckin has been nothing but a friend and a stand-up guy, and I will stand behind that. So I switched down to point 0.4. I was shooting point 0.5 for a long time, but I did shoot point 0.4 previous. I've always bounced back and forth, right? I switched back down to point 0.4 Neptune for my normal setup, and I am keeping it pretty loose and pretty light. It's not smoking fast. You would not be able to hunt with that setup, period. But for working on my form and trying to get back to basics, the very light setup for me has been able to change my focus from. It's been able to let me focus more, I guess, on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and able to hold my shot higher or longer, I should say, and able to get a little bit better practice regiments in. So I guess time will tell, man. We got a tournament in less than 2 months coming up, and I will be there. And I hope that I score good. Yeah, baby. Mr. Rocket. Mr. Matthew the Womans. Matthew the Womans. Yes, I know I'm reading that wrong. Matthew the Womans. You may not fly to outer space. Unless you're in the Artemis 2. Cullen Atkins said hi. Well, hello there, Cullen. Listening under my helmet hood, Chuck of Steel. Heck yeah. Right on, man. Hey, thanks, MD. Are you my only, you are my only, what do they call them things? Moderator? I appreciate you taking care of that chump. Good thing is spring has sprung. We are out of the winter. So life is returning back to shooting season, which is a beautiful thing. Meaning I can get a hell of a lot more shots in nowadays. I ain't got no time for that. Hell yeah, average squatch, man. I can't wait too, dude. It's a bit of a hike for me, but it's well worth it. Already checked out the. I rent a car because I don't. My car, period, will not make it. Period, will not make it. Definitely will not make it. Today I'm shooting some clay just because I don't feel like picking it up. The ground's all wet and it's supposed to rain, so I didn't feel like standing out in that mud pit out there. So I'm standing inside shooting clay outside, which I will not have to pick up. It's online clay from Amazon, and it is 3/8 size. I'm going to show you the slingshot here in a second. This I picked up at the Midwest Spring Sling event from a older gentleman. I forget his name, dude. This is aluminum with G10, and then it's got the lanyard insert, and then some brass pins. He had a couple of them laying on this like whiskey barrel, and I figured they were for sale based on how they were sitting there, but he doesn't have like a name, you know, like a channel or like a brand or anything. He's just an old dude, and I ended up shooting the woods course with him, and he was super cool, man. I really enjoyed his company. I really enjoyed his conversations, and when we got back into the arena, I was wandering around and I didn't see those the first time around. I walked down the whole line of vendors, and he had 4 slingshots sitting on a table around that barrel. And I'm like, "You made all those, you know, or whatnot?" And he's like, "Yeah, man." So I started looking at him. I'm like, "How much are they?" You know, and he told me the price, and then he told me his, you know, the whole story about how he's just starting and he whittles around down in his basement and stuff. And I was like, "Dude, I gotta have one of those, man." So I picked the one that I liked the most. It's not a 90, which is okay. These frames are really unique to me. These are the kind that I really, really love, man. You know, you may never see another one of these again. And it may never, I don't buy slingshots for resale value. I buy them, one, if I just like the way they look, two, if I like the person who made them, and then three, is it gonna mean something to me? This one will. This one will always be attached to that memory, and I hope to shoot with that guy again, for sure. And this will definitely be in my collection forever. You can see, you know, obviously little nuances from beginner makers, the same crap that I do myself. You'll see little glitches and issues, but nothing that will stop you from shooting it, and nothing that will ever break. This thing is built like a tank. And man, I don't know, I just really love it. So I finally had a chance to get out here and shoot that thing. You're renting a car also? Southern Ohio. Yeah, I checked out the rental car and I got that locked in. Yeah, that's about it, dude. I'm pretty much ready to roll. I gotta wait till next payday to actually register. I haven't even registered for it yet. But you know, you gotta pay the bills too. I didn't pay for the rental car yet. I just reserved it. You don't pay till you actually go there. But at least I know how much I got to pay. And then I got to register still. And then I just got to shoot and try and get good. So after coming in last at the distance shoot, I do have some things that I'm going to change out here in my backyard. I have a 8-inch saw blade that I'm going to put on a post, and I'm going to practice with that. I also have a 6-inch bell hanging up that I'm going to be practicing on. Well, there's a bunch of smaller ones, John. The only ones that I know of that I kind of keep track of, I guess, you know, you have Hocking Hills and I think the Savannah River Sling Shoot. You have AIM. But the next one coming up that I know of, and I could be wrong, there is a link to a calendar that Linder, I think, put up, which is fabulous. If you guys ever want to check that out, go to the link. It's like a Slingshot calendar forum or something. I don't know. I've been on it before. It's fabulous. He's got it all mapped out from all the events, gatherings, and tournaments throughout the country. He put the time in to get that up there, so check it out. But the next big one that I know of is ECST, and that's in a little bit less than 2 months. I'm really hesitating on moving my anchor point. Not that I can't, I just don't like doing it. Yeah, it is what it is. This is not practice time, this is shooting time. I shoot, it's a pinch grip for the most part. I shoot a lot of brace grip slingshots, but I pinch them like this. I don't thumb brace like a lot of them are made to be shot. Definitely do not hammer grip on something like this. So I usually wrap thumb and finger around and strangle the hell out of it. Thin layer or tube is better. There it is, Slingshot calendar. Now how do I pin that? I don't want to click on it, I want to pin it. No. Pin message. I think I got it. All right, guys, so that's the link there for any tournaments that are known of. That is a great reference right there. So I shot, like I said, first of all, I couldn't find my bell. I had moved it from the side there, and then I did find it. But last Sunday, I went through about this many paper plates shooting distance. I have work to do, but overall, I'll show you these here. These are all 10 shots on 6-inch plates, okay? And I don't know, man. I have work to do, but like this is one of them here. This one was really sucky, only like 5. I don't know. They're decent groups for what I'm working with, but I'm having flyers still. I'm still going left and right a little bit at those distances. But overall, this is a 6-inch target, so you have 2 more inches around at the tournament to hit. I don't know, man. I shot a bunch of these damn things. I numbered them. I was doing sets of 5, so I'd have 5 paper plates out there. That one, I think, I had the number facing upwards, like this. So that was like a line. What the hell is that? You can see the line again here, but this one is like up and down. Overall, every hole on here would be a hit, would be a point. So, I mean, I don't know. I definitely know that I have it in me to do good at these tournaments, but just need to get take it easy, Raymond. Just need to get it dialed in again. It's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. The nerves are always a thing, but I think if you got good, solid shooting skills, the nerves will come into play. But I think that we can overcome that too. So yeah, distance practice. I've been amping up for sure. I can feel the heat coming out now. It's supposed to be, like I said, they're talking a bunch of tornadoes and crap this afternoon. No, the one that and that's why I'm practicing like that, right? So the saw blade that I have here, hold on a second. Right. Is this guy. I put a fresh coat of paint on it, but after I mount it, I'm gonna put red paint to match the same thing on the center. So there's a couple of thought processes here, right? Hold on. I've been shooting for a few years now, right? So I'm not new to the game, and I've seen what people struggle on, and I can tell you, when we used to do our challenges and crap a lot more frequent, one of the things that a lot of people struggled with at that time, and maybe still do, I don't know, is shooting paper, right? And I'm talking blank paper, not something with a bullseye on it. So I guess one train of thought would be like, you should always be aiming for center, right? No matter what. You should always be aiming for a bullseye, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with that, Larry. Back to back would be pretty cool. You could be riding that high from the first one and do even better. Um, so yes, I want to aim to the center of every target. What's up, buddy? Not too long. I don't know. Did you see that robin building a nest? Look at all the crap by the back door. It's trying to build a nest on the light right above you. Got a robin trying to build a nest right up by our door. So yes, you should always aim for center, right? But if you're constantly aiming for center and somebody takes that center away from you, like what are you gonna do? Like, do you automatically still see it in your brain, or do you need that focus? Do you have to see that target to hit it, or do you not? See, when we did one of the challenges we did was to try and shoot closest to the center of like a piece of notebook paper. So you have no reference other than that piece of paper. Now, your second shot, you can see where the first one went, and then you can kind of gauge where it's supposed to be at. But the first shot, you're looking at a blank canvas. Doesn't mean that it's harder. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't aim for the center. But if you have nothing to aim at, is that going to affect you? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. So I'm going to shoot it. I talked with Will, who's running the ECST this year, and he did last year. And I have the whole official rules that can change, obviously, because things just change. But he says this year it's going to be the metal plate. You're not going to get more points for center or for the edge. You're going to get points for hit. All four of the categories this year are going to be worth the same points. They're all going to be worth 120 points. So you get 10 shots at that steel plate, 12 points apiece. So you can max out at 120 points if you hit it every time. So in my mind, knowing that that's how this tournament's going to play out, I'm going to shoot at a big circle. Yes, I'm still aiming towards the center, but I'm going to try my best to just hit that target as close to center as possible, obviously. But I'm now, at least my brain and my eyes are being trained to look at that big target and try and just hit it. If you get all 10 shots on that, man, that's 120 points. That's fabulous. So, yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. So I'm not going to put a dot in the center. It has a hole there, so you're going to see the bolt, I guess. But it's going to be colored the same. I'm going to paint it red. What I was doing to practice the other day, all those paper plates, I found that bell. I painted it, that one I painted bright yellow just because that's all the paint I had right then and there. I didn't feel like using the red because the red I have saved for the saw blade. I didn't want to buy any more paint, so I had yellow. So I painted that bell yellow. And what I would do is I have an exact measurement marked out right on the edge of my garden to where it's sitting is 25 yards. And so I would shoot the plates. I'd do 5 of those plates, change them out. After I'm done with those 5, I would switch over and I would try and hit that 6-inch bell and try and get that sucker to ring 10 times. My averages were 7. I was hitting it 7 out of 10 on that day. I'm going to continue to practice that with the red one now, and also being 8 inches, not 6 inches, and see if I can get my average to 10 shots every time. Will that happen? Who knows? But damn hell, I'm going to try. I would take you guys out there and show you, but I think I would lose signal. Unless you guys want to try it. I might lose signal though. You want to try it? If I lose signal, I'm coming back to the garage. Grab some ammo. People still in here? Are you alive? I don't see comments. That always makes me think everybody ran away. All right, guys. If we lose signal, then we're gonna just come back. Don't know how this is gonna work. Never quite gone out this far with the Wi-Fi. Are we still there? Are we good? We locked up. All right, so this bell right here, from where I'm standing, there's a direct line here. This is not a guess, okay? This is measured out with a tape measure. This is the exact distance. The height, I had to guess. I think the height is correct. This is clay that I'm shooting, so if you don't have a perfect release with clay, you do get curve, or if they're out of round, you get curve. So this is just, I don't know, that's my disclaimer. So let's go with 10 shots and see if we can hit it at least once. Smaller frame too. You got a lot of odds stacked against us. See that thing curve? Starting to rain. God damn it. It just started to rain. Now I'm rushing. See that curve on that thing? It's starting to rain, guys. I'm not compromising my phone here. Sorry. There it is. Well, we know the Wi-Fi works out there, I guess. That was a plus. Blame it on the rain. Yeah, I was kind of looking forward to shooting that. I really should have brought my regular frame out. There we go. Sheesh, that was weird. Dean, how are you, man? And now the rain is about to stop. Around here, you never know, dude. It can. This morning, it's been like coming out with these downpours like out of nothing, and I really don't want to get my phone soaked. I don't feel like doing that whole phone swap again. Clay is odd. I love it, and it serves a purpose for me. Like I don't have to pick it up. But if you, in my opinion, okay, is you always got to state it like that because somebody will always correct you. But in my opinion, if you have a really hot setup, it can throw some pretty crazy curves. If you're off a little bit on your pouch alignment, you can throw a curveball. And then also if you have, what is this? Like something that's egg shaped or a little bit off balance, it can throw your shot off too. A lot worse than steel. So especially distance, it's not ideal. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's definitely not ideal. If I have any other frames out here. I don't think I do. I'm gonna look on my workbench. Hold on. We got this guy still out here. See if there's anything. Yeah, let's shoot this thing until the band comes off, I guess. I can't remember what this one is called. Whoa. Switching from setup to setup is always crazy to me. This one is super, super slow. Every one of them low now. That's one thing you don't want to do, in my opinion, either, is switch a bunch of stuff. Some of these really good guys can, but go for a win at a tournament, maybe try sticking with the same frame for a while. Dude, they're all dead center but low. We gotta bring it up. You can hear by how it hits how slow it is. I'm shooting that bottom target just because it's the biggest one. Ooh, wild beard hair. Got to order latex inbound. I think we're going on about 10 days. Should be here soon. Dude, going from extremely short, hot setup to extremely floppy. I could probably almost shoot this thing long draw, man. I turned up the heat a little bit. I shot long drawn forever. Going down low. About 3 inches left and low. About 2 inches. One inch. Jesus loves me. He does. He has blessed me continuously. Thank you for reminding me. Shot long draw in ages. Not butterfly. Long draw. Big difference. All left. Every one of them. Yeah, dude. Thanks, man. Blame it on the rain. You son of a... You got the pheasant head twice. It's funny how much faster long draw is, speed-wise. I can see the enjoyment in it. They zip a lot farther. Stuck in your head too. I'm telling you, man. The original lip sinkers. What's up, Weston? How are you, man? Yeah, we're just plinking. Coin, what's up? How are you? Fire boy. If you haven't seen Coin's, one of his newest shorts, he is playing with fire and not the flamethrower, which I was kind of thinking. Gotta bust that out one of these days. Yeah, I ain't shot long draw in a hot minute. How y'all be today? Jordan already done with his lunch break session. Szechuan? Oh, Szechuan. Have to put that in a short now or something, just to get it out of my head. Blame it on the rain, guys. Blame it on the rain. Ooh, that was neat. Went through the curtain, hit the ground, popped up. Life is good. Hopefully no tornadoes. See if we can get the pheasant head. Left, 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 left. Freaking Rain Man. Every shot left. I'm not pulling close enough to my face. Nope. Maybe Maybe I just need to aim to the right. Oof, that was a bad one. Right in the beak. Finally got him. Shoot the plane. Well, fellers, it's about time. Shoot this thing short draw. Probably throw them faster. All right, guys, I've been on here long enough. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with me for a little bit. It's been a week or two, so I wanted to at least say hi and show my face. I just released a short at noon. I think it came live while I was on here. And yeah, I have a video dropping hopefully this weekend. It's going to be a fun one. Basically about preparation for the upcoming tournaments. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. See if it gets any views or not. Yeah. Alrighty then. Thank you guys for hanging out with me during your beautiful day that you're hopefully having. And I hope to see you soon. Enjoy. Thanks for the chats. Thanks for the time.